Joining me this evening on this broadcast is Mr. Piyush Goyal, Union Minister for Commerce and Industry. Mr. Piyush Goyal, your smile gives it away. You're very happy with the budget, but how do you respond to the Congress party that calls this the cut and paste budget, because all their ideas, whether it is the internship scheme, whether it is the employment-linked incentive, all of these ideas are picked up from the Congress manifesto. How do you respond, sir?
Well, Navika ji, I think the Honorable Finance Minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji has presented to us an absolutely innovative and thoughtful budget which has demonstrated inclusivity and it has created an impact on every section of society. I must compliment Prime Minister Narendra Modi for the wide array of subjects that have been covered in this budget, which will have a multi-dimensional impact on the Indian economy. The Congress party is expected to criticize. They are already quite hurt that they have not been accepted by the people of India. I think the ideas of the Congress are completely outdated. The people of India have already rejected those ideas, and should any government follow the ideas or the suggestions of the Congress, India would become a bankrupt country. India would become a banana republic. So for heaven's sake, don't ever recommend to anybody to follow the ideas of the Congress.
Well, it is not up to me, Mr. Piyush Goyal. The janta of this country decides who they want in government. And thankfully, the janta has decided who they want, and that's why you're in government. But the question many are asking today, there is this willingness to do something for the middle classes, which is why there is a tax break. But it's so small that blink an eye and you might as well miss it, because it's less than 1,500 rupees a month that comes to the middle class pockets in a month. Is that enough, number one, especially when the long-term capital gains tax has been increased, indexation has been removed, and the big whammies are hidden somewhere there, and that's why trending on social media is middle class, nota. Some people who are disappointed are saying next time don't vote for BJP, vote for nota instead. Is this, do you think, a general initial reaction, or do you think it's going to improve and some people will come out and also support the step taken for middle classes?
Navika ji, think about it. It's not just the income tax rate that impacts a middle class family. Ultimately, when 11,000 crores are invested in modern day infrastructure across the length and breadth of the country by the central government alone, we give 1.5 lakh crores to the states have their own spending programs, private sector invests. When lakhs and lakhs of crores are invested in infrastructure, when metros takes a quantum leap in the country, when railway infrastructure is being modernized, when we are investing in airports and ports, all of this ultimately leads to opportunities for the middle class. When 4 crore 10 lakh people are going to be skilled and made employable and given employment opportunities in the next 5 years, a large part of the middle class families, somebody or the other, will benefit from that. When a variety of industrial parks come up, plug-and-play infrastructure comes in, when the angel tax is removed from startups, when across the country shrimp farming or marine sector is promoted, when agriculture sector is promoted, are you suggesting that there is no middle class in the fishing industry? There is no middle class in agriculture? There is no middle class children who are going to be looking for jobs? There's no middle class which travels in trains and metros and modern highways. There's no middle class engaged in export, which will get a big thrust from this budget. I think it's the myopic thinking of some friends which gets into the system that, oh, the income tax should have been reduced, and that would be the end all game for the middle class. I think the middle class is very smart. They can see the overarching impact of the budget on their lives, and I'm very confident that with increasing employment opportunities, in better infrastructure, increasing tourism potential, increasing export potential, increasing support to innovation, R&D, 1 lakh crores being provided for Anusandhan, NRF, all of these are going to impact the middle class and the people of India in general.
I don't know if that's the transition that comes when a chartered accountant and lawyer becomes a politician. He doesn't look at the tax slabs anymore. He looks at the big picture. So, Mr. Piyush Goyal, are you selling this budget to me on the basis of being a politician? Which then I accept. But as a chartered accountant, would you say थोड़ा कम है, दिल मांगे मोर?
नाविका जी, आपके चैनल पे मैं 10 साल से एक कहानी सुन रहा हूं कि मिडिल क्लास को कम मिला, मिडिल क्लास को नहीं मिला। पर आप देखिए, जो एम्प्लॉयमेंट में इतने सारे अवसर इस सरकार के अन्य योजनाओं के माध्यम से आए, जो देश भर में विकास हुआ है। आज विश्व की सबसे तेज गति से बढ़ने वाली अर्थव्यवस्था भारत की है। 8% ग्रोथ पिछले 3 साल से कंसिस्टेंट, जो आज दुनिया भर में भारत का परचम लहरा रहे, ये सबका इंपैक्ट क्या मिडिल क्लास पे नहीं होता है? जब मैं उत्तर मुंबई से जीता और आप तो स्वयं आके आपने देखा, तो मेरा क्षेत्र में मिडिल क्लास बहुत बड़े पैमाने पे है। उन सबके आशीर्वाद से ही तो मैं यहाँ बैठा हूँ। आज देश भर में लोग समझदार हो गए। मैं एक चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट के नाते आपको बता सकता हूं, आज से 10 साल पहले चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स रोया करते थे कि हमको बैंक के ब्रांच का ऑडिट का काम चाहिए। आज देश में यह स्थिति है कि चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स की शॉर्ट सप्लाई है, क्यों अर्थव्यवस्था तेज गति से बढ़ रही है, विश्व में संभावनाएं बढ़ रही हैं, सर्विसेज का एक्सपोर्ट बढ़ रहा है, उसमें कई चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज को एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं। तो आज दुनिया भर के अवसर भारत के मिडिल क्लास को मिलते हैं। और उसके एज ए चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट पे आपको कह रहा हूं कि जब इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ग्रो होता है तो व्यापार बढ़ता है, उद्योग बढ़ता है, नौकरी के अवसर बढ़ते हैं, इसका लाभ मिडिल क्लास को भी मिलता है। समाज का हर वर्ग इस बजट से संतुष्ट होगा।
Well, Mr. Piyush Goyal, how would you respond to those in the opposition who are calling this a kursi bachao budget, because there is probably only 2 states in the country that you're worried about right now, Bihar and Andhra Pradesh, and a lot of projects announced for both of these states. Tamil Nadu and West Bengal are saying that you've overlooked these states and the people who live there.
आप पुराने सब बजट्स और पुरानी अनाउंसमेंट्स भी देख लीजिए। प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने 2014 में ही कहा था कि अनलेस यू डेवलप द ईस्टर्न पार्ट्स ऑफ इंडिया, विच इंक्लूड्स वेस्ट बंगाल, बिहार, झारखंड, ओडिशा, आंध्र प्रदेश, दैट होल ईस्टर्न बेल्ट, जब तक ईस्टर्न इंडिया डेवलप नहीं होगा तब तक भारत विकसित भारत नहीं बन सकता। ये 2014 से कंसिस्टेंट स्टैंड रहा है मोदी सरकार का। आपने देखा है पूर्वोत्तर नॉर्थ ईस्ट में क्या मैसिव थ्रस्ट हमने गत 10 वर्षों में दिया। इसी प्रकार से अच्छा अनाउंसमेंट्स में कुछ नाम लिए जाते हैं, बाकी दुनिया भर की चीजें हैं जो हर एक चीज तो वित्त मंत्री एक 1.25 घंटे के भाषण में सब कुछ तो नहीं बता सकती। अब 12 इंडस्ट्रियल कॉरिडोर्स आ रहे हैं, वो तो देश के हर कोने कोने में आएंगे, अलग अलग स्टेट्स में आएंगे। अब वो बैठ के 12 इंडस्ट्रियल कॉरिडोर्स तो नहीं गिना सकते थे। 11,11,000 करोड़ के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट्स देश में लगने हैं। देश के हर राज्य, हर यूनियन टेरिटरी में इसका लाभ पहुंचेगा। हर एक का जिक्र तो नहीं किया जा सकता। और रही बात आंध्र प्रदेश के कुछ अनाउंसमेंट्स, ये बाइफर्केशन जब हुआ था आंध्र प्रदेश का और कांग्रेस ने किया था और बहुत सारे गलतियां की उसमें, उस गलतियों को सुधार करते करते ही हमारे 10 साल में बहुत मेहनत लगी है। उसमें से कुछ चीजें जो रह गई थी उसको और बल देने का काम इस बजट के माध्यम से किया गया है.
Well, Piyush Goyal, let's hope there are more alliance partners who are looking at those investments and outlays for the 12 corridors, industrial corridors that are being made. Because many on social media are also calling this an India alliance, say, invite karo Andolan, through the budget that has been announced. But yes, that's politics, and we do hope that good politics and good economics go hand in hand, and India gets to that position. That is the target of Modi Sarkar 3.0, which is the number 3 largest economy in the world. For that, of course, all eyes are on the road to development.
Navika, may I take a minute?
Yes, sir.
Navika. We are grateful to the people of India who have given us a record third term after 62 years. I was recently meeting with a lot of trade ministers from the G7 countries and several other trade ministers with whom I've interacted in the last 1 month. And I must tell you, the entire world is full of admiration and praise for India, the people of India, the democracy of India, and for Prime Minister Modi, that despite so many difficulties throughout the world, you are seeing political uncertainty. You are seeing governments change across the world because of dissatisfaction. In such a difficult situation, the people of India have voted for Prime Minister Modi for the third term and have reposed confidence on the strength of the good work he did for 10 years, his popularity, his leadership, his decisive leadership, a high level of integrity that the Modi government, भ्रष्टाचार मुक्त भारत के लिए जो उन्होंने कठोर कदम उठाए. And I think the world recognizes that India is an oasis, a piece of stable governance in a very unstable world. And I would like to place on record our deep appreciation of the people of India and assure them that this government, through strong fundamentals of the economy, through programs which are for the wider good of the people of India, after all 3 crore homes, once again adding to 4 crore already made for the poor of in rural India, and 1 crore homes in urban India, 4 crore more homes being made under PM Awas Yojana, Jal Jeevan Mission reaching each and every home, startups being freed from angel tax, the huge amount of employment being promoted, 4 crore 10 lakh youth, boys and girls, young men and women getting jobs, the thrust on making Indian manufacturing more competitive, the effort to promote exports, to promote e-commerce, all of these, the people of India are seeing as avenues for growth, avenues for a better future. And I can assure you, this budget will lay the foundation for significant progress and growth for each and every section of society.
Well, on that note, keeping our fingers crossed that all of these roadmaps are implemented and this becomes a reality, because India needs to move forward on the growth map and to catch up and get to that position number 3 in the world. Clearly, our job is cut out and the road is well defined. We have no time to waste, but thank you very much, Mr. Piyush Goyal, for actually outlining for our viewers the optimism which is often lost in the cacophony of politics that happens 24/7 into 12 into 365 every day in India. Thank you, Mr. Piyush Goyal.